This video will provide you with a recorded lecture about the RP assignment number 5, which is focusing on the secondary dataset section of your paper. Okay, so these instructions are available on OnCourse on our main page under the week in which the assignment is due. So for this semester, it's week 9 for spring 2021. So an overview of this particular assignment, the first thing to note is the due date is Friday, April 2nd, as long as it's submitted before 11:59 p.m. Again, with all of our other assignments, this will go, it will be submitted to OnCourse, okay? So for an overview of the assignment, this particular submission will include the secondary dataset section of your paper, and that will essentially require you to describe the data set that you are proposing to use. And then additionally, it will also include a reference page. Now the reference page at minimum will have one reference or one citation to the actual data set that you're proposing to use. But additionally, sometimes students will include citations for other things in the secondary data set. It's unlikely that you will, but if there are any other citations that you include in the section, you would also need to include those in the reference list. And then the other thing is similar to what you've been doing with your other RP submissions, is just to make sure at the top of the page you have a statement that reiterates what your research question is. You know, for the final paper, you won't include that at the top of every section of the paper, but just for now, because they're pieced apart, I need to be reminded of what your research question is, okay? So for the secondary data set section, you will need to describe in depth the particular data set that you are using. So whatever data set that you've found through ICPSR, you will need to make sure that this section is providing me an overview of it. You know, I know that I had suggested some data sets to students in the past, and in particular AdHealth, I know that data set, but just imagine that I don't know the data set that you're using, or any reader at that matter. So you have to describe it in depth as though the reader does not know what that particular data set is, okay? So this is generally 1 to 2 pages double spaced. You know, student submissions in the past have ranged approximately that. So I expect this submission, and then for the final paper, it will be approximately that long. So your things that you should include in this section is a title of the data set, whatever the data set's called on ICPSR. Just make sure that you're clearly indicating what the title is. So for instance, with AdHealth, it's the National Longitudinal Study of Adolescent to Adult Health, right? So you need to include that formal title. And then the rest of it really is about explaining exactly what the data set is and how it was collected and who was in charge of the collection, who's in the sample. So it's really just providing an in-depth overview of that particular data set. So I suggest following along with the information on ICPSR. That main page for the data sets include a overview of the particular data set. And so that would be the perfect thing to read in depth and then become informed of the study, and then you can summarize that particular information. So anytime that you are summarizing information, again, it should be included in your own words. It should be phrased in your own words. But if by chance, you know, there's something in particular that you have to quote, you can use direct quotes. But in reality, I really suggest that you try and phrase it in your own words as much as possible. So in the particular section, I include a variety of different questions that you may want to answer. If there's other information about the study that you can include as well, that's fine. But so if there were particular researchers who were in charge of collecting the data set, be sure to mention that. When was it actually collected? If it was a longitudinal study, through what years was it collected? How was the actual data collection performed? So was it in a phone interview? Was it the computer-assisted personal interviews? Was it done through any other formats, right? So just describe how was the actual data collected. And then you'd also want to describe how they obtained the sample. So was it a sample of college students, for example? If it was, how did they actually obtain that sample? Was it students in their class that they were surveying? If it was a sample of inmates, what jails or prisons were used to obtain that particular sample, etc. So you want to be as descriptive as possible in describing the actual data set itself and the characteristics of it, and particularly of the sample, that is. And then if you have information in that overview about the demographics of the sample, so how old was the sample, age-wise that is it only men? Does it include men and women? What are the racial and ethnic backgrounds of the respondents? Any information upon that, just to describe the details of the actual data set that you've chosen. If you can discuss the advantages to this particular data set, that would be a great thing to include. And one of the big things is kind of making sure that you're selling this data set to suggest why it's a good one for your particular study. So if you're interviewing, or if your study is about the association between parental incarceration and behavioral outcomes, if this particular survey that you want to use doesn't have questions on parental incarceration, well, clearly it's not applicable for your study. So you have to say, why is the study that you're using good for your particular topic? And it could be that there's multiple data sets that are relevant to your topic. So you have to sell this particular data set that you're proposing to use over a different one. So, why is this one better than some other data set that you could use to measure your same research question, okay? And then some other things to note is just about writing that technically the word data is plural. And so I give some examples there that you should always say data are or data were, because those are using it in the plural format. I think it's natural. A lot of people want to use the word data as a singular, in a singular format, so data is or data was, but it's actually a plural word. So make sure that you try and pay attention to that when you're writing. In contrast, though, the word data set, one singular data set, is not plural. Okay, so just I wanted to illustrate those distinctions there. And then, so after describing the actual secondary data set that you're planning on using, you would then have your reference list, and in particular, the reference list, as usual, follows APA guidelines. If you have a citation in the secondary data section, then it needs to be included in a reference list here, right? And vice versa. If it's in the reference list, it should be included somewhere in the text. The main thing that you should be including in this particular reference list for the secondary data set section is the citation for the actual data set itself. So that is generally included on ICPSR's page. So if you go to your data set page and then you look at there's an at a glance tab, right? So you click on that, and then the first thing that shows up is the project description. So usually there's a section under there that says citation, and it is the formal citation for that particular data set. So you're going to want to make sure that you're including the citation to the data set, and that's really so that I can then find the data set that you're proposing to use and I can check it out as well. If by chance there's not a pre-formatted citation on that website, you can always go to, if you open up this document and then hyperlink, there's a hyperlink here, which, let me pull this over here, brings you to this particular page. If I scroll about halfway down, there is a section here that shows the general formatting for APA for how to cite a data set. And so if a citation isn't included in ICPSR's page for the particular study that you're proposing to use, then you just have to follow this general format, APA format, to create that citation on your own. So want to make sure that it is included in some way, shape, or format, so that way I can go back and see the actual data set that you're proposing to use. Okay, and then also, if you'd like, I included a grading rubric down at the bottom And so if you want to take a look at that, this is out of 10 points. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But otherwise, that's the overview of the RP number 5.